So I grabbed my ticket, got my popcorn, and finally I was able to see Boruto, the movie. What is going on, guys? This is a spoiler review of Boruto, the movie. And I gotta say, right off the bat, this is probably the best Naruto movie, but it is little bit, there's a lot of things I kind of had against it, but I just absolutely did enjoy this film. I'm going to give you a little recap, and then I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I disliked. I'm assuming you saw the film, but I'm going to give you a little recap. So basically, Boruto, we know, if you've seen some of the stuff that's come out, you know that he, or even the special manga, you know he has a resentment towards his dad because his dad is never there, because Naruto is the Hokage and he has to make time for everybody. He has paperwork, he has things to do. I mean, he's using the shadow clones daily just to make sure everything is on check at the village. So we see, but the opening shot of this film definitely introduces us to the bad guys. We see Kaguya as kind of descendants type deal. What happens is basically they're absorbing a lot of they absorb eight tails. They absorb eight tails later on in the film, but basically they're here. The gist of it is they're here to absorb and take away Kyuubi from Naruto, or Kurama from Naruto. And then but this is Boruto's movie. This is his story. And what we see in Boruto is that it's really just him and his relationship with Naruto and how it's not really functioning very well. And it's kind of shocking to see Naruto as a man, seeing him in pictures and this and that. Even in the last Naruto the movie, he seemed like a loving father, but if you look at it, because he's busy, it just seems like he just doesn't know what to say to his son. And it's kind of surprising that his relationship with his son is like that. It's kind of strained, even though all his life he hasn't had parents. Maybe that's the reason too. He doesn't know how to really, well, that can't really be the case, because I mean, he did meet his parents later on. But overall, Boruto, he's going through the Chunin exams. He goes through the Chunin exams. There's a lot of things that happen. And then, of course, Sasuke and Naruto had this big battle with the bad guys. I think his name was Momochusky or something like that. I didn't know if this dude was a man or a woman. But at first I thought Kaguya was going to be in this film. But then I realized that's not the case. And honestly, I kind of wish Kaguya was in this film. Listen. The villains, they were very powerful. They gave Naruto a run for his money, which is surprising. And Naruto, like, he showcases his power. But before I get to that, and before I get to the moments I really loved and the moments I didn't really like, I will say the animation in this film is beautiful. It is one of the best animated Naruto films I've seen. I mean, the action sequences are phenomenal. They're so great, especially when Sasuke and Naruto team up, Susanoo and Kurama, both combining their chakras, both combining their powers. I mean, it is so sick to see. It's badass when it's Naruto and Sasuke fighting these guys. And especially also with the Chunin exams, I just think the animation is just beautifully done throughout. The Chunin exams, when Boruto and his team, Sarada and Mitsuki, are going through these challenges, when Boruto's fighting 101, and especially with Shikamaru's son, I think the villains also showcase a great amount of power. And the only thing that really was cringeworthy is when the villain actually did his little evil laugh. Like, the animation there was like, oh my god. It wasn't bad, it was just like, that's such a cheesy laugh. But the animation is by far top notch. And if you haven't seen clips on YouTube, I mean, it blows me away how great they really took care of the action sequence in here. It's one of the best action sequences I've seen in Naruto. Probably the best. I don't know. Maybe. The characters themselves. Boruto himself. He is, I don't necessarily am attached to him like Naruto. It's a short amount of time, especially with Boruto. He gets his own movie, but we haven't really known too much about Boruto. We just know that, of course, he has a cute little sister, Himawari. He has awesome mom in Hinata, and then of course there's Naruto, his dad, and he kind of resents his dad. We don't know what that relationship was all about, but were we going to follow along with Boruto, and were we going to understand why he felt resentment towards his father? And you kind of do, but then you're kind of saying, God, you're such a damn brat. And honestly, throughout this film, I did not dislike him, and I did not really like him. It was really neutral for Boruto. I think I would like to see him mature. I think I would love to see a series with Boruto where you go through those stages, the evolution, like you did with Naruto. But you have a film, and you only have so much time. And then we met this character. I mean, there's no excuse. I mean, films are able to make that arc happen. But with Boruto, it just seems like they're setting up for more to come. I do, however, love the fact that even at the end, he tells Sarada, no, I do not want to be Hokage. Even though we've gone through this whole movie, I don't want to be Hokage. I want you to be Hokage, and I will be your right-hand man. I'll make sure no mofos touch you. And you do get a little bit of romance with him and Sarada. And there's a little thing at an extra credit, so to speak. I'm going to talk about it real quick. Mitsuki is Orochimaru's son. Who didn't think that was possible? I mean, come on. I was like, how's that shocking? We kind of all knew that was the case. If anything, it would have been shocking if that was Kakashi's son. But everybody knew it was Orochimaru. Just look at the way he moved. Look at how he stretched. He was Mr. Fantastic in this film. The one problem with this film as well was not a lot of Mitsuki. It just had that little running joke. But overall, I want to know more about this guy. I want to know how they became friends, what this and that, and you don't get that. You don't get Mitsuki is definitely kind of a throwaway character. Maybe they're setting something up. You don't know if they're going to come back to this or not, Kishimoto. But it's a movie, and I expect you to at least introduce this guy is another pivotal part in Boruto and Sarada's team. This is the new kind of Team 7, but he kind of seems like he's a Sai in Team 7. I did like Konohamaru and how he grew up and how he came to be. I thought that was great. I thought the moment where he was playing decoy was great. And I thought when he was so happy when Boruto was like, oh, teach me your Rasengan. He's like, oh my God, Boruto. I thought you would never ask. I thought that was hilarious. Going from Boruto, I do like his design. I do like his look. I do wish that maybe he could have had a different kind of like hair color or something like that to distinguish him from Naruto when it comes to design-wise. I thought all the characters have great designs except some of the kids. Like, I mean, we could talk about that for days after 700. But Himawari gets a little time. I love me some Naruhina. So we got to talk some Naruhina. I love me some Himawari. I think she is awesome. When I read that manga chapter, that special where she was kicking Boruto's ass. In this, you do get a little bit more Himawari. It's her birthday, and I totally, it's pretty predictable, the story. If you're looking for a deep, insightful story, you're not going to get it. With Himawari, I knew I wasn't going to get too much of her, and that's a shame because she is a Hyuga, and I wish after that chapter, I'm like, damn, what if Himawari really is more powerful than Boruto? I would love to see that happen. Hinata, love Hinata. There's really not too much to tell anymore with Hinata. I really love the dynamic with the relationship, with the Uzumaki relationship with Hinata and the kids. They seem like they all have that strong bond. Naruto has that strong bond as well. However, he's just so busy. You could see it's like a regular family kind of relationship. The father is going out, or it could be the mother that's going out working all the time. And there's some relationships that kind of get strained by that. So I do like that aspect in it. I do absolutely love the fact that Hinata's still trying to save Naruto. When we thought Naruto was dead, I knew he wasn't dead. They don't have the balls to kill off Naruto. If they did in this film would be more epic. I mean, it'd be crazy. However, I want to really enjoy his death by the hands of these villains. That's the other problem. I think these villains are still cookie cutter. I feel like that was a problem with the last Naruto in the movie, and I feel like this is a problem with Boruto the movie. I mean, yes, they're powerful. Yes, they're giving Naruto and Sasuke a run for their money. However, give me a villain like Pain, Madara. Give me somebody that has a story to tell of their own. I feel like they introduced them right in the beginning. They're out. They go focus on Boruto. Then they come back and they're like, oh yeah, these villains are doing something over here. Oh, then they come back in, but now no, they're out. I feel like that we didn't spend enough time for the villains to even warn like, oh, these guys, like, to know them. And you got to know villains as well. Not only the good guys, you got to know the bad guys and why they do what they do. So I think the villains, once again, is the weakness of the Naruto films. If you're going to make an epic Naruto film, you're going to want a villain that you can understand. You're going to want a villain like a Pain, like a Madara, like even a Gaara when he was a villain at first. I mean, something you could really just say, damn, this fight is going to be super more epic because I'm more invested in the storylines coming together. I thought also the music was okay. I thought the last Naruto the movie had definitely better music, but I don't give it too fault because the last was more of a romantic kind of film, and so they had more to play around. I felt like this film did a great job in its score. They always do a good job in Naruto's score, but it wasn't as awesome as the other films. The one favorite part is when Boruto puts on Naruto's old jacket, the orange and the blue, and him, Sasuke, and all them are gonna go save Naruto. And then Hinata sees Boruto in that jacket, and then he sees him put Sasuke's headband on, and then she goes instantly right to like, that's like Naruto. I love that moment. I think that was my favorite moment in the film. Now, the technology they were using they were trying to get Boruto to use these, because we're in a new age of shinobi, and this new technology where basically these little scrolls come popping out and they have different kind of jutsus. I did like that aspect. I did like that conflict, and I did like that idea of basically, yes, the new age, the new technology in the old shinobi world, and the Chunin exam's not allowing this technology because you still need to go through the process. You got to use your own chakra. That is a true shinobi. I thought that would have been a great kind of conflict there, but I don't think they fully executed it right. I felt like there still was a little bit, okay, it felt like it was kind of really a plot device, like, to just bring out a little bit more conflict, but the conflict wasn't as big as it was kind of a petty conflict, honestly, and it was parallel with the villains as well. Sasuke training Boruto, love it. I wish I got more of it. I feel like Sasuke is definitely the Kakashi of today, of the new generation, but I wish I had more. Honestly, this film left me wanting more, wanting to explore more of the characters, wanting to know more of the characters. And I thought the Chunin exams were great, but they were a little bit rushed. And I would have loved to see a Chunin exam like an animated series where it took its time and really played around with it. But Sasuke, he's a badass. You do get some Sasusaku moments, just throwing it out there. Overall, I thought this film was very entertaining. I think it was the best out of all the Naruto movies. The animation was so clean, so epic. The music was pretty good. The characters, you could definitely... I think I could really relate to Sarada, probably because the manga too took its time with her. But I do like that relationship with Sarada and Boruto. I would like to more Mitsuki. I thought the humor in here was pretty good. It really did feel a little bit more serious than all the other films, especially with Boruto's storyline and Naruto. I did like how Naruto, I didn't really like too much of Naruto being kind of like, come on, dude, don't use a shadow clone for your daughter's birthday. That was kind of a dick move. There was some dick moves in Naruto's part, but at the end, he kind of made up for it, and he says he's trying to spend more time with his family, but it just leaves me with more. I think this film, just left me with a lot, wanting more, and I think we all want more Naruto, but Kishimoto does deserve the break, and if this is it, if this is the last of we get from the Naruto universe, I'm fine with it. I'm very fine with it. I've gotten everything I've always wanted from Naruto. I was very satisfied with the ending, and this is just really just more desserts, more creme de la creme. But overall, Boruto the movie. Do I recommend it? You're damn right I recommend it. If you're a big Naruto fan, you definitely want to check this film out. Is it better than the last Naruto the movie? Yes, it is. It is better than that. But it's also two different kind of films where the last was more, like I said, romantic. And if you're a Naruhina fan, you know how epic that final film was and what we got. So, and this one is more of definitely a conclusion and like thank you, Naruto, for all the years, and Boruto, I wish I could see more. But that's about it. Thank you guys for listening. I am Dan Man, aka Son. Please subscribe, would really appreciate it. Like the video if you like it, and comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. You guys have a great one, and check out Boruto the movie if it's in a theater near you. Bye, guys.